Good morning, CC families. This is Mrs. Shannon with Cycle 3, Week 19, and we're going to start today with English. So like I've done before, I have these books I made for my kids. I have 4 and 5-year-olds, so I like them to have some writing practice. I decorate each of their books with their names on them. This one obviously isn't, but I do for theirs, and then I give them a sticker each week after we do this. So by week 24, they'll have lots of stickers on their book. So this is week 19. So we're talking about a clause. So I'm going to have them practice writing the word clause on their horizontal line. And as they practice that, we're going to go through what a clause is. And I'm going to teach them a little song to the tune of Chicken Dance, which is really fun. So it goes like this. So we start with, here we go. A clause is a group of words that contain both a subject and a verb. A clause is a group of words that contain both a subject and a verb. A clause is a group of words that contain both a subject and a verb. A clause is a group of words that contain both a subject and a verb. So you can teach them how to do the chicken dance to that, get them up, get them moving, super fun. And then again, I give them a sticker at the end to put on their book after we do that. So that is English this week. For timeline this week, I'm going to do something different. I am excited to try it. So I'm going to spread these cards out on the table. I put a big letter, for the first letter of each term on the timeline card, just because I have 4 and 5-year-olds and it helps them identify them. I find these letters at the dollar store, and these cards I got from the Classical Conversations bookstore. And I love these cards. I use them at home too, so highly recommend them. And you'd use them every single cycle. So anyway, I'm going to spread them out on the table, and I've put a piece of painter's tape on the back of 3 of the cards. And so there we go. So on the back of 3, so I'm going to spread them out, and I'm going to, face up so they can't see which ones have the tape on them. And I'm going to have each kid choose 1 or 2, depending on how many kids I have in my class. And once each of them has 1 or 2 cards, we're going to go around and we're going to go over the motion for each card, or for each one at a time. So for example, if the first kid has this one, we're going to do the motion for that one. So Otto von Bismarck unifies Germany. So we're going to go like Otto von Bismarck unifies Germany. So we'll go over that together, and then I'll say, okay, turn over your card and let's see if it's a bomb or not. So we're going to turn it over, and there's no tape on it. So we're safe. Okay. So then we're going to move on to the next person. Okay, so say the next person has Boer Wars in Africa. All right, so let's go over the motion for this one. So Boer Wars in Africa, we're going to make a B and then go our motion for war. Okay, let's see if that one has, if that one's a bomb. Turn it over. Oh, it's safe, no bomb. Awesome. So then we're going to go to the next one. And so this one, Spanish-American War. So we're going to do Spanish, or S for Spanish, American, and then war. Okay, let's see if there's a bomb. Let's see if there's a bomb on it or not. Turn it over. Oh, it is a bomb. Ah, it's a bomb. And I'll just kind of be like, oh my gosh, shelter yourself, it's a bomb. And then if it's a bomb, you got to go hang it up. So I'll teach them I'll have 7 pieces of painter's tape on the wall, and we'll say, okay, Spanish-American War, that one is the 6th one. So which piece of tape is the 6th one? Again, since I have little kids, I like them to practice that. They go put it up on the 6th spot, and that one's up. And so that kid got to put one up. So then we'll keep going, and I'll make sure each kid gets like a bomb eventually. So once each kid kind of goes, or once we go around one time, then I'll take the cards back, and secretly I'll change the tape around. And then I'll just be intentional to make sure, each kid gets to have a bomb and put the card up. So I hope that makes sense. I'm excited to try that. again, just to kind of mix it up, have a little, I think they'll have fun with just, oh my gosh, it's a bomb, or oh, it's safe, you know. So, and again, you can gather the cards back up after you've gone around and change the tape around so different kids can get a bomb. So that's what we're going to do for timeline. Then once all the cards are up on the wall, once everybody's gotten a chance to put one up, then we're going to go over the motions. So for this week, we're going to start with Lincoln's War. So we're going to do an L for Lincoln's War between the states. And then we're going to do Reconstruction of the Southern States. So Reconstruction of the Southern States. And then Dominion of Canada, we're going to grab our collar and just kind of pat it a few times. And then Otto von Bismarck, so we're going to go Otto von Bismarck unifies Germany. And then Boer Wars in Africa. And then the Spanish-American War. And then the Progressive Era, so we're going to go like, Progressive era out in front of us like that, like progressing. Okay, so I'm going to sing it, or try to do it as the song goes. So Lincoln's War between the states, Reconstruction of the Southern States, Dominion of Canada, Otto von Bismarck unifies Germany, Boer Wars in Africa, the Spanish-American War, the Progressive Era. So that is timeline this week. For geography this week, we're talking about trails. So on these maps I have for my kids, I'm going to highlight each of the trails in a different color just because I have little kids, and if I had them try to highlight each trail, they could, but it would just take some individual attention. And so I'm just going to have them already highlighted for them, and then I'm going to give them these little people. This is a little figurine girl, my Miss Elena, I think, from Daniel Tiger, that my daughter has. I'm going to try to find some at the dollar store so I can just give them to my kids. I just haven't done that yet. Or you could just bring in some figures you already have and just take them back. But I like sometimes to find cheap stuff and just let the kids have them just for fun. And they love little figures. So, and since we're doing trails, they're going to like hike along the trail. So I'm going to first show them each one. So we're doing Cumberland Road. So that one is this one over here. She's going to hike along it. And then Santa Fe Trail, the pink one. And then we've got Mormon Trail, the orange one. And then we've got Gila Trail, the green one down here. And then we've got Old Spanish Trail, the purple one. And California Trail up here, kind of turquoise one. And then we've got Oregon Trail, the brown one, reddish brown. So I'm going to teach them a song for this to the tune of I'm in the Lord's Army. So it goes like this. I'll try to point to them as I do it. Cumberland Trail, Santa Fe Trail, Mormon Trail, Gila Trail, Old Spanish Trail, California Trail, Oregon Trail. These are the U.S. trails. Yes, sir. Cumberland Road, Santa Fe Trail, Mormon Trail, Gila Trail, Old Spanish Trail, California Trail, Oregon Trail. These are the U.S. trails. Yes, sir. And I got this idea of this song from, she's called Funny Cheryl. If you look her up on YouTube, I like her ideas. So I got her idea for that song. So that's what we're going to do for geography this week. For geometry this week, we are doing area of a circle. So I have this printable from Kimberly. I am going to put on my board. I'll link below where I find her stuff. And then I also have this Etsy coloring page. I'll link below where I got this stuff too. I'm going to send this home with the kids or have them color it some during review. And I'm going to bring hula hoops in and have them jump in and out of their hula hoop as we sing our geometry song. And it goes like this. Geometry, geometry, let's do some geometry. The area of a rectangle equals length times width. The area of a square equals length of the side squared, s squared. The area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. The area of a circle equals pi times the radius squared. The circumference of a circle equals 2 times pi times the radius. Geometry, geometry, let's learn some geometry. So you could just focus on area of a circle this week if you want, or you could just sing through the whole song. I'm gonna sing through the whole song so they get it really down. So another thing I'm gonna do is I am going to hand out these action cards. So I've shown them before. I'll link below where I got them, like bunny hop or pencil jumps. And we're gonna do these action cards as we are jumping in and out of the hula hoop, or well, depending on the action cards. Like pencil jumps, you could do that in and out of the hula hoop. Push-ups, maybe you just do that like on the hula hoop. Horse gallops, you could do that inside the hula hoop. So just to kind of get them moving. It's always good to get them moving, right? So I'm gonna give one to each kid and we'll rotate what action we do as we sing the song. So that is what we're gonna do for math this week. For Latin this week, we are doing John 1, 1 through 7 again, or we're continuing to translate that. So this week we're doing John 1, 5, and it goes, at tenebrae eam non comprehenderent, and the darkness comprehended it not. So we're doing this to a song, we're doing hand motions. I'll link below where I found the song and the hand motions. I would highly recommend watching her because she's really great and I'm still learning and figuring this out. So I'm also on my board, I'm going to color coordinate each Latin and English so the kids can see what is what. So et and are going to be orange. Tenebrae and darkness are going to be purple. Am and it are going to be blue. Non and not are going to be red. And comprehenderent and comprehended are going to be pink. So this week it goes like this. Et tenebrae eam non comprehenderent, and the darkness comprehended it not. But I will sing through the whole thing. I'm going to do this with my kids. And we're just focusing on the song and the hand motions because we're doing this as a whole group for our parents for the end of the year ceremony. And I just want them to be able to focus on learning the song and the hand motions so we can do that. So it goes like this. I'll start at the beginning. I'll do my best. Again, I would watch the video I linked to. She's much better. In principio erat verbum, in the beginning was the word. Et verbum erat apud Deum, and the word was with God. Et Deus erat verbum, and the word was God. Hoc erat in principio apud Deum, this was with God in the beginning. Omnia per ipsum facta sunt, all things were made through him. Et sine ipsum factum est nihil, and without him nothing was made. Quod factum est, that was made. And ipso vita erat, in him was life. Et vita erat lux hominum, and his life was the light of men. Et lux in tenebris lucet, and his light shineth in the darkness. Et tenebrae eam non comprehenderent, and the darkness comprehended it not. So again, watch the video I link. I tried my best. I'm learning it too, but I hope that helps. So that is Latin this week. For history this week, we were talking about NATO. So I have this printable from Kimberly, and then I have this Etsy coloring page that I'm going to have them do. And I'll probably just send the coloring page home with them, but I like to have it, or they'll do it during review. And then I printed out some of the words from the history sentence this week. So allies, spread, communism, Soviet, and NATO. So I'm going to go in order, but I'm going to give each kid one of these, and I'll say, okay, who has allies? Because that's the one that comes first. Obviously, you could print out more words if you have more kids. So I'm going to say, okay, we're going to march to the song. I'm going to play the song since it's a CC song. And when we hear allies, we're all going to stop and just stand in place until the song's done. So we have to stand really still. So it goes like this. In 1949, the United States and its allies, stop. And then I'm going to let the song finish. So then we'll do the next one. I'll say, okay, who has NATO? All right, we're going to do it again, but this time when we hear NATO, we're going to lay down. So I'm just kind of making these up, so we'll do it like this. In 1949, the United States and its allies formed NATO. Everybody lay down. And then the song will finish. So, and I think I said this, but we're going to march around the table because it's such a marching song until we get to our word. So then I'll say, okay, who has spread? Okay, this time we're going to, you can have them choose an action. Like, what should we do when we hear spread? You could jump, you could twirl and just have to keep spinning until it stops. You could stand on one foot. You could squat, all kinds of things. So I think it's fun to let them kind of join in and choose too. But so here we go. In 1949, the United States and its allies formed NATO to resist the spread. So whatever you're doing for spread, and do that for the rest of the song. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. It's just kind of something different I haven't done before, and I'm just going to change it up a little bit for history this week. So that is history. For science this week, we are talking about what is the difference between an acid and a base. So I have my Mr. Mike Wazowski. I got this idea from Mrs. C. I thought this was really fun and different. So Mike has the big I for ion, and he's waving high for hydrogen. So we're going to, as we sing our little song to the tune of Loop-de-Loo, we're going to donate a hydrogen ion and accept a hydrogen ion. So I am going to give him to one of my students, and as we sing it, we'll say, an acid donates, and they'll hand it to the next kid. A hydrogen ion and a base accepts a hydrogen ion. So the other student will accept it. So the first student will donate it and the other student will accept it. So we'll do that as we sing, and we'll just kind of pass it around and keep repeating the song. So again, it goes like this. An acid donates a hydrogen ion and a base accepts a hydrogen ion. An acid donates a hydrogen ion and a base accepts a hydrogen ion. So we'll just do that over and over again, have them donate it and accept it, donate it and accept it. And then what you can do too is integrate some silly words into it each time. You could pass around a silly word like underwater voice, you gotta gurgle as you say it, or robot voice, or baby voice. and give each kid a silly word, and then each time as we could do it a few times and then do it with a silly voice a few times just to spice it up a little bit. So also I have the science printable from Kimberly, I'll link below again, and this Etsy coloring page that I will let them color during review time, or I'll just give it to them to take home. So that is science for this week. Also, for our presentations, I'm going to have them tell the class about a job that they would like to have when they grow up and why. And then for review, lately I have just been either giving them some Play-Doh to kind of play with as they listen to the review songs. I make playlists of each week so I can choose a week, a recent week to just kind of play through, and we can just talk about those songs and review them. Or you could just have them color some of their coloring pages and review too. So that is just because I have really little kids and they're just so done by the end and so tired, and they have little siblings, like little toddlers who are done too. So I like to just keep it low key for review. So that is this week. I hope that helps. Please let me know if you have any questions, and have a great week. Bye.